Okay. All right. Let's go. Let's see. I got the wrong banner up. That was probably up the whole last game. Jeez. How are we doing on this not so fine Saturday morning? It's Saturday at noon. It's 40 to freaking degrees outside. I was walking around outside this morning thinking, damn, this is freezing cold. It's way colder than it normally is around Christmas. And then I remembered, oh shit, it's Thanksgiving. This is wild, crazy cold weather that we're having right now. Usually there's been plenty of years when we've gotten to Christmas where we've barely had any nights where there's a little bit of frost. We were like 28 this morning and windy and blech. But the sun is out. I'll give it that. So, how is everybody doing? So, before we say hi, we'll go over the scores. Not that any of us want to. The Lightning beat the Wings. We saw that. The Rangers beat the Bruins. So, that kind of helps. The Wild beat the Avalanche in the shootout. The Flyers beat the Islanders in the shootout. The Devils shut out the Sabres. The Canadiens, 4 Golden Knights won. The Ducks beat the Kings in the shootout. The Blues beat the Senators. That helps. Won't talk about Calgary in Florida. Sharks beat the Canucks, who've got to be reeling. The Capitals beat the Leafs. The Hurricanes beat the Jets. Penguins 4, Blues 3 in overtime. The Preds beat the Blackhawks, and the Stars beat the Mammoth. So where does that leave us? So that leaves us 4 points out of a playoff spot. 4 points out of a playoff spot. It's not good, people. The Lightning in first place with 32 points. They've won 6. The Canadiens in second place with 29 points. They've won 3. The Senators and Bruins at 28. The Wings at 27. Panthers 25. Leafs 23. Sabres 22. Over in the Metro, where the real problems are for the wild card, the Devils at 33, Hurricanes 32, Capitals 30. Then you've got the Penguins, Flyers, and Islanders at 29. You've got the Rangers at 28, and even the Blue Jackets, who have lost 4 straight, have more points than the Panthers. We've got a game in hand. Whoop-de-diddly-do. So, it's getting ugly. It's getting bad. How you doing, Buck Skulls? David? Frank wants to trade everybody. David says we have rain, but it's too cold in the 70s, but not too cold at the 70s. We're just trying to make it more of a challenge with the shitty homestand. No doubt. I don't have words for how we let that happen 3 times in a row. Yeah, what are the games for today? Today we've got the Lightning and the Rangers, the Canadiens and the Avalanche, the Oilers and Kraken. Boy, a lot of games. The Flyers and Devils, the Wings and Bruins, the Leafs and Penguins, the Jets and Preds, the Mammoth Blues, Sabres, Wild, Canucks, Kings, and Sharks and Knights at 10 o'clock. So, yeah, we let Tampa win their game, let Colorado win their game, and this is where we're really in a bind because when you're behind so many teams, the Flyers and Devils, I mean, if you're the Panthers right now, honestly, in my opinion, what we need to be focusing on is that third place in the division. For that's really the best that we are going to get right now. And we don't want to be putzing around with the wild card because we're behind 1, 2. I mean, the wild cards, there's no wild card teams in the Atlantic right now because you've got the Penguins at 29, the Flyers at 29, the Islanders at 29. I mean, we've got to get third place. We're 3 points out of third place. That's really where we need to be focusing on right now is just being ahead of the Wings, Bruins, and Senators. Everybody else in the Metro, whatever, because that's just too many teams and too many results to be sweating so early on in the year. So Wings, Bruins, Senators are the teams ahead of us in the division right now to get to that third place. That's where my focus is anyway. Hey, Rosado. Hey, Jackson. How you doing, buddy? Do I care who wins? Let Tampa have first place. Honestly, I'll be honest with you. You've got the Lightning and you've got the Canadiens. I'm fine with conceding first and second place to those two teams and focusing on third place. I think that's a little bit more manageable. Like I just said, Sens, Bruins, Wings. Be better than those three teams, and you're likely going to finish in third place unless Toronto suddenly comes to life. Can't worry about the wild card because for friggin' crying out loud, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams ahead of us in the wild card. We can't focus on that much. So yeah, let Tampa just keep winning, whatever. Buck says, I don't want no parts of the Panthers in the playoffs. No, the way it would shape up, I would suspect if the Panthers can get third, is she would likely end up playing the Canadiens, which is not a great matchup for Florida anyway. Jackson says somebody needs to find the switch the Panthers use to stop playing hockey after up 2-0 and destroy it. I have no answers for how it happens 3 times straight. The first time it happened, you know what? We scored 2 more goals in the period, made it 4-2, got the 2-goal lead back, won the game. Okay, fine. The second time it happens, now we got a problem. But by the time you get to the third time, how is when we're up 2-0, how is there nobody making sure that, hey, let's make sure we don't do this again? I mean, when you do something like that 3 times in a row, there's a problem with the leadership on this team. Buck Skulls, yeah, no, it's 1 versus 4. 2-3 is the one that's guaranteed, Bucks. It's 2-3. Hey, Great White, you just found 2 Sand Tiger teeth. Oh, do you have my address? If you don't have my address, buddy, just email me at flyingfluffyhockey@gmail.com. And I'll get you the address. That's cool. That's pretty cool. Jackson says, I'm legit getting 22-23 vibes. We also couldn't hold a 2-0 lead in that season. Yeah. I mean, and it's so frustrating because, you know, when you look at the list of guys that are out, I don't know how much better we should be expecting this team to play. But at the same point, the way we're losing these games, like I've been saying, we're not losing these games because we're playing Panther hockey and we just don't have the personnel to score enough goals. We're not losing games 3-2 where we're forechecking and playing our brand of hockey and we just can't squeak in that third goal. It is not what's happening. Even the games that we're winning, it honestly looks more like it honestly looks more like the President's Trophy season in this without so much offense. President's Trophy season, we were winning games 7-4 and 6-3 and 5. I mean, we were scoring a lot of goals, and we were allowing a lot of goals, and it was just back and forth action all over the place. We don't look anything remotely close to like ourselves. And the lethargic play, the lethargic body language that somebody left a comment who was at the game yesterday saying they're seeing the same thing we're seeing on TV. Guys just kind of loafing around and not skating. I talked about what I saw with Forsling in the recap yesterday. They're 100% real. Very cool, Great White. Very cool. Buck says the Panthers tired from cup runs. I mean, yes. Yes and yes. But I think it's a little bit see, Jackson says we shouldn't be playing this poorly with the talent we have. This is beyond Barkov and Chucky being out. Agreed. Now, we did play somewhat like this a little bit last year in spaces. But with a full roster, there's always somebody to step up and pick things up. And I just don't think some of these guys don't have – I think some of these guys just don't have the energy to consistently produce the extra effort that they need to produce to make up for the guys that are missing on the ice. Panthers plus 700 to win the cup. Yeah. Vincent says, I was looking for Flying Fluffy Sharks Hockey Channel, Jaws. What's the deal? This one's over. Yeah. Yeah, we'll start the Sharks channel next year. Jack says, I legit didn't finish watching the game last night, seeing how the guys were coasting, literally coasting to do things. It's very difficult to watch. And I said this, is it just me? Like I watched Maurice's post game last night. Now, maybe I'm reading too much into it. I admit that that's possible. But Maurice's body language, the way he's been talking all season long, like he's either really taking these injuries hard, like personally hard, either just as emotionally exhausted as his players, or there's something else going on in his life that's causing him stress that we don't know about. Because that man is as exhausted and defeated and sullen and depressed as I think I've ever seen a hockey coach be. He looks like he's aged 5 years over the summer. I can't quite place it. Maybe it's just me. But it just seems like something doesn't seem right with him. Hey, Bex, how you doing, bud? No, we're probably not going to cover anything today, Bucks. Matthias, this is Matthias's only full day here with me for Thanksgiving and stuff today. I'm probably not going to do anything today. Donna and I might do something tonight on the men's channel. But I want to get a little bit of time with Matthias. He's never here anymore. So we're probably not going to, you know what I mean? I probably want to be available to hang out with him a little bit today. We don't get that much time together anymore. Jackson says, like, it's one thing if the guys retire but are still trying their butts off. I don't see that outside some individual players. Hey, Rosado, I'm going to try to do something Crazy Bill for Christmas. We've never had a Crazy Bill Christmas special. And they were at Mom's for Thanksgiving, so they'll be here for Christmas. So I think we might do something then, Rosado. David says, LOL at the people here who couldn't skate to get after. Wait a minute. Okay. The chat jumped on me. LOL, this is David saying, LOL at the people here who couldn't skate more than 2 minutes total, mocking world-class athletes. It's easy. There's ups and downs. I mean, I get what you're saying. Now, I can skate, though, so I guess I can say what I want. I mean, both things can be true, though, right? Vincent says, Maurice said it himself. He doesn't want to get after them hard because of the circumstances, but having said that, he is non-factor at all. Yeah, no, I get what you guys are saying about people can skate but not like them. Look, I understand, and what Jackson is saying, criticizing is different than mocking. To me, I'm just surprised. And look, maybe there's some Tampa fans that are watching what the Panthers are doing right now, and they're saying, "Hey, I see, that looks awfully familiar." What you know what I mean? Um, I think it's just a vicious set of circumstances all the way around. Like the number of things that have conspired against this team so far this year. Maybe we're maybe we're lucky they've played as well as they have right now. David says you can't just will yourself physically. You give your all, and sometimes it isn't enough. I'll agree with you in terms of in November. You know what I mean? I just feel like all of it, all of it is, and I said this in the recap. It's like there's whatever reason I would say, you would say, any whatever reason anybody wants to come up with is probably partially true. You know, Great White, it's two T's, so it's Mathias. It's just two T's. David says, I used to box, and I'm just saying sometimes you don't have it, but you go anyway. Oh, sure. Sure. Now, what Jackson is saying is two different things here, but I agree with what he's saying. It's more than just the coasting skating. It's also things like slow to pass the puck to make a play. Now, that's something that Maurice mentioned, I believe, yesterday. Honestly, my opinion with the way the circumstances of the team are is just shoot the puck. Just shoot the puck. And I know we've got plenty of shot attempts. But a lot of the pretty passing and the tic-tac-toe plays and the set plays, they're just not happening. But now another thing here. Let's add another layer to this because I think we've all noticed this. While we're watching our team look a little bit lethargic, and they are, the other thing that's happening is these other teams are taking advantage of how tired these guys are, and just every single time a Panther player touches the puck, there's somebody from the other team right on them. No time and space. All these teams are coming in and playing our system against us because we don't have the personnel or the energy to do it right now. And we just can't get set up in the zone and cycle the puck because as much as we love Rodriguez, he ain't Barkov. You know what I mean? There's all, Kachuk is not in front of the net causing havoc. There's and now without Luosterainen, you get another drop off there because we love Samoskevich, but Samoskevich is not going to fill in for Luosterainen. They're very different hockey players, and Samoskevich has Verhaeghe-itis right now anyway. David says, "Are we playing bad? Yes. Are we decimated by injury? Yes. Also, yes. But got to just put our heads down and work." I think the hardest part, David, is the points. Like a night like last night or the Philadelphia night or any other nights. It's like we're 4 points out of a playoff spot. And I think we all feel like there's been 4 or 5 points that we just tossed away out there in games. Like, okay, so we're not in a world championship caliber of outfit right now. That's fine. But man, we've just thrown away so many opportunities to get to overtime. I think that's the most surprising thing right now is just and look, also puck luck. All right. Last night in the third period, there were literally within a 2-minute time period, 3 straight circumstances where somebody on the right side shot the puck and there was a rebound right there at the left side of the net, and there was no Panther to be found. It happened 3 straight times. Now, there was a guy in the slot, and there was guys, but there was nobody on the left-hand side, and the puck just kept getting rebounded right to the area where there were no Panthers. I think that's what's making it so frustrating is like it's 1,000 little cuts. It's 1,000 little things that have us in this position. Buck says, would Panthers make moves during a deadline to hunt the wild card? I don't think there's no moves to make because we don't have any money unless Barkov's not coming back. And if Barkov's not coming back, why waste any moves anyway? You follow what I'm saying? We don't have the money for the players that we have if Barkov comes back. So unless you're sending salary out somewhere, I just think it's a tough year. And it's just frustrating. But 1 cup, 2 cups. Yeah, teams know how to play against the Panthers right now. Yeah. Yeah, Matthias let his hair grow curly. That's what my hair used to look like. The one and done offensive chances, Jackson. Absolutely. No doubt. Hungry says, I'm starting to worry that just trying to stay afloat will end up draining the guys who are not injured, and I don't know how we can correct the situation until we're healthier. Well, yeah. There's, my hope was that we were going to stay within striking distance before Tkachuk comes back. Now, my limit was 3 points out. Now we're 4 points out. I don't think you could have sold me a lottery ticket that said we were going to lose to the Flames. The Flyers, maybe. But if you would have told me we were going to blow a 2-goal lead to the Flyers and then not take it out on the Flames the next game, I don't know if I would have bought that parlay. Do I think the Tampa has a chance to get to the Cup? Yeah, why not? In the East right now, Bucks, anybody with experience and playoff caliber excellent goaltending has got a chance. Nobody's running away with anything. If I was the Lightning right now, I don't think that there's any team I would be all that worried about unless it was Florida and we were healthy. If you have Florida with a full lineup, that might make a difference. So it's going to be really interesting to see when Tkachuk comes back, because not only is he coming back from injury, but remember, he's gotten all this extra time off. So his energy level, my assumption is going to be that his energy level is going to be off the charts. If Nosek can come back, he's going to be high energy. Kulikov should give us some energy. Mr. Reinen, we haven't heard anything about, but Oi. Hey, Bill, how we doing, bud? We're hanging. Communist says, so we let a team that is tanking for McKenna win against us. We're not right now. That's true. Yeah, Huberdeau tried to give us the win. He made a couple of awful passes, and then he missed the empty net. When Huberdeau missed the empty net, I really thought, we're going to score for sure. Like that had the perfect story written all over it. At least we didn't allow an empty net goal immediately. Although I got a kick out of Verhaeghe being, he wasn't in goal, but basically they had Verhaeghe back. Yeah, we should. Yeah, let's look at our schedule. I mean, I can't believe with this homestand like this. So what's left on the homestand? We still got 5 more games on this homestand. Like there is still an opportunity here. Is it 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. So we got the Leafs, the Preds, the Jackets, and the Islanders. I mean, then we go on the road and we've got the Mammoth and then the Avs and Stars. We've got to win some games. We have to win these games because the road trip, Utah's no cupcake, but then you got Colorado, Dallas, and Tampa. I mean, you can't go. We've got to get some wins here. Toronto, Nashville, Columbus, and the Islanders. I mean, we have to get 7 or 8 of those 8 points. Because if we don't, especially if we lose to, Columbus, the Islanders, I mean, we could end up starting that road trip, 6, 7 points out of a playoff spot. And just how far back are we supposed to get before it's going to become too big to overcome? Yeah, the Nashville should be a lock. Yeah. Mike says, we couldn't beat those league-dominating Flames. Oh, wait. Yeah. Great White says, Barkey and Chucky coming back. Is that really going to make Tarasov better, or Bob giving up way too many soft goals? I mean, the couple of the ones Tarasov last night, we're allowing way more shots, though. When we were playing well, we had that little stretch of games where we started looking better. But now we're starting to allow just way too many shots. So we allowed, let me see. Tarasov faced 33 shots yesterday against the Flyers. Bobrovsky faced, I take it back. Bobrovsky faced 18 shots. But now let's read off this list of names. Forget the guys that are out. Let's just read off the list of names. These are the guys that we're putting on the ice. Verhaeghe, Bennett, Ekblad, Marchand. Greer, Lundell, Rodriguez, Forsling. And then past that, it gets a little dicey. Devine, Petrie, Boquist, Cunnin, Samo, Mikula, Gregor, Reinhardt, Jones, Balinskis. That was the Flyers game. That was the one where who was out on that? It was the one that Ekblad was out? No. Oh, no, that's when Balinskis was in. My point is that the roster's not great right now. Jake says the first 3 goals were bad according to how you guys judge goals given up. I'd have to rewatch them. I'm certainly not going to disagree. I got so frustrated last night that those first 2 goals for the Flames happened so fast. I'd have to rewatch them, to be honest with you. I just got so damn frustrated. The road schedule, the road games coming up after this homestand are Utah, Colorado, Dallas, and Tampa. And then, we come home, but we've got the Kings, Hurricanes, Blues. I mean, the games after this, just the teams that we play after this homestand. The Mammoth, the Avalanche, the Stars, the Lightning, the Kings, Hurricanes, Blues, Hurricanes, Lightning, Capitals, Canadiens, Rangers, Avalanche, Leafs, Canadiens, Senators, Sabres, Hurricanes, Capitals. That's all the way till January 17th. They got to find a way to win some games. David says screens and tips are going to go in the defensive. The defense absolutely sucks right now. No physicality, no communication. Guys wide open in the slot and in the front of our net. Yeah. Meadow says, look at goals saved against, goals saved above expected for the goalies. It accounts for quality and quantity. Bob saw 18 shots in the one game, but they were high-quality chances. Yeah, absolutely. No, Great White, Cooper Black is nowhere near ready. Cooper Black is not close to ready yet. I don't even think he's got a 900 save percentage in the AHL. He needs to cook in the oven like the turkey I got in there right now. Metal says Tarasov is +1.9. Bob is 1.8. I mean, like we said, like I've been saying, Oglethorpe. Am I supposed to know who that is? Since Bob is always taking a while to round in the form, it's just this year we aren't scoring enough to offset it. Honestly, every time I've been looking at the standings at this point last year, I think the problem is everybody else being good. Like, where's the following day? 25th? What's today? The 29th? Last year at this time, I mean, this gives you a little bit of an example. Last year on this date, the Panthers were in first place with 29 points. We were 14-9-1. We were in first place in the division with 29 points at 14-9-1. And now we are 4 points out of a playoff spot at 12-11-1. So for a little while, we were only 2 points off of our pace. But right now, we're 4 points off of our pace. If you want to say it was the last 2 games that we lost, that's legitimately the difference between having the same exact record at this point this year versus last year, are the last 2 losses. If we would have won both of those games, we would have had the exact same record at the exact same day as last year. The problem is everybody else has got more points than us now. Whereas last year, if you had 25 points last year, Boston had 25 points. They were in a wild card spot at this point last year with 25 points. Now that same 25 is 4 points out of a wild card spot. So that's taking into consideration things. Is it only 5, Jake? Barkov, Kachuk, Kulikov, Nosek, Luosterainen, Gadjevich. I knew there was more. Don't forget, the whole fourth line is like, I mean, it's supposed to be Nosek, Gadjevich, and Greer. They're supposed to be a kick-ass fourth line. They just poof. I mean, it's awful. That's why, I see the question mark. Yeah, I mean, it's a third of the team. Yeah. I mean, I forget half the time anyway. Like every time I give the list, the other day I left Luosterainen off the list. I mean, there's 18 guys on the ice. We're missing 6 of them. So I think that we're just indescribably frustrated at this point, for sure. Hey, thank you, Great White. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Great White. Much appreciated, bud. Thank you. He says the Panthers are still cooking, trying to make a playoff. Look, I still feel like we're going to be okay. Like, both things can be true. In the end, I still feel like we're going to be okay. And I still feel like healthy, we should win the conference. I don't know about Colorado. Don't quote me on that. But if we have our full complement of players and we're healthy, I still feel like we should win the conference. These guys don't suddenly just suck. But just everything is working against us. The injuries, the guys are obviously tired. They don't have the energy to make up for the injuries. other teams are coming in here and they know that we're injured and tired, so they're taking it to us, just skating us to death. And some nights we match that energy, and other nights, like David is saying, you could see their body language. They're just they're just wiped out. And when I watch Maurice's press conference, that's what I see. I see a man who's just so exhausted. Yeah, they got 1 cup, 2 cups. You know what I mean? But I see a man and some players that if the NHL would have offered them the possibility of, can we start our season in December? Like, these guys all look like they could have used an extra couple of months off. And instead, what they got is, hey, we're going to need you to step it up even more because we've got guys that are injured. And keep getting guys that are injured. I mean, we pick up Cole Schwint. He looks like he's like at least going to be somebody that can develop and give us some fresh legs in the fourth line. Cunnin is kind of just a guy, right? I mean, Cunnin was sitting there available for a reason when Nosek got hurt. Just minimum wage guys. Same with Gregor. Not bad hockey players, but it ain't Nosek, Gadjevich, and Greer. I mean, there's no lines that are any of the guys that we would want. Nosek, Gadjevich, no. Nosek, Gadjevich, and Greer gone, no. Lundell, Lusterine, and Marchand was there, but they're not okay anymore. I mean, Barkov's gone, Kachuk's gone. So we don't have one line that's actually set up right now the way we would want it. We have the defensive pairs, kinda, actually, no, because Kulikov is gone. So the top 4 on D is all we have the way we would want it in our goaltending. Vincent says, we're not scoring. Okay, Petrie, whatever, but top 4D, that's what's drowning them. Wake up, guys. Jones is kind of hiding there. Are you talking about, excuse me, Vincent, are you saying, because that's one thing I was talking about was Mikula taking some more shots. Are you talking about trying to get some more points out of the blue line? We did have a few games there. A couple of weeks ago, for about 4 or 5 games, we looked a little bit like ourselves again. We were holding the other teams to low shot totals. The defense was pinching and taking part in the offense. And I can't quite put my finger on when it stopped, but for about 4 or 5 games, we were all coming here and saying they look a little bit better. They look a little bit more like themselves. So when I look at our schedule, when did that stop? When was it? And then when did that stop? I want to say, let's see. So we beat, where was it? Because there were some games in there we lost, even though we were still looking a little bit better. We had beaten the Kings 5-2. We lost to the Sharks 3-1. We beat Vegas 3-2. We beat the Capitals 6-3. We looked okay against the Lightning. And then that game against the Canucks, where, it's been since the Canucks game, where we won that game 8-5. Then we did look good against the Devils at 1-0. But then when did Luosterainen get hurt? Was Luosterainen in that game? The Devils game? No. No, Luosterainen was not in that game. So we can't completely say that's when it happened. When did Luosterainen get hurt? Was it the Canucks game? What's the last game he played? No, it's even before that. So it's not that, but somewhere around that Canucks game is when we haven't played right since then, because we beat the Canucks 8-5. We shut out the Devils 1-0, and then we lost the Oilers 6-3, and then we beat the Preds 8-3, but we still blew that 2-goal lead, and then we lost to the Flyers and we lost to the Flames. We really haven't looked like ourselves since the shutout against the Devils. And then these last 4 games, we just look disorganized, discombobulated, exhausted. I don't know what happened. One wild and crazy guy. So I think that because we do so well at the start of the games, it shows the talent is still there. I mean, the talent is there. To me, I feel like with this team, Barkov, Reinhart, Verhage, Bennett, Kachuk, Samoskevich, Lindell, Luosterainen, Marchand, and give me Nosek with Greer and Rodriguez. Give me a fourth line. Well, we can't ice that because of the cap situations again. So you'd have to go Nosek, Gadjevich, and Greer. But to me, this team healthy, I kind of feel like we should still win the conference. Not like a guarantee. I don't, you know what I mean? But if Barkov comes back and he's 85%, excuse me, I'm cooking the turkey in the oven and I smell something. Excuse me. I'll be right back. Uh-oh. Yeah. Oh. Go get Kyle. Go get Kyle. Go get Kyle. Tell him, just go get him, please. Get you downstairs. We'll take over the live stream. Take my hat, we'll take over the live stream. They did the thing. I feel like to do the thing on Thanksgiving.
I guess I'm taking over for at least a few minutes. Our oven is refusing to cooperate with us. The spring turkey breast got completely burnt on top. David says, I hope with all this commiserating, at least a few realize just how great we've had it in the last 3 years. Great White says, come on, Panthers, please don't make me a Bolts fan, please. I see my dad had pulled up the division standings. The division standings at this point last year. And I see at this point last year, we had, at this point last year, we were in first place in the Atlantic. All right, so how is everybody doing today? So what do we got here? We got the Panthers currently 25 points. 25 points and third to last in the Atlantic. And also third to last in the entire Eastern Conference. The Penguins and Flyers have the wild card spots right now. Lightning, Canadiens, Senators make up the Atlantic top three. Devils, Hurricanes, Capitals are in the top three in the Metro. And the Penguins and Flyers have the wild card spots. And then the Avs, Stars, and Wild. Avs, Stars, and Wild are the top in the Central. The Ducks, Kings, and Kraken are the top in the Pacific. And the wild card spots are Golden Knights and Mammoth. David says, work is super busy. Have a great day, all. You have a great day too, David. It certainly would be nice if the Panthers could figure out how to hang on to 2-0 leads. The Lightning have apparently won 6 in a row. The Wild have the Wild have won 7 in a row. The Blackhawks have lost 5 in a row, and they are now 10th in the Western Conference, tied with the Oilers at 25 points. So the Panthers have as many points as the Blackhawks and Oilers right now. And yet the Oilers are closer to the wild card in the West than we are to the wild card in the East. One thing never changes, though. The Sabres, as always, are at the bottom of the Eastern Conference. Hey, Great White, thank you for the 20. Thank you. It says, hey, Kyle. Hello, Great White. I'm just keeping the seats warm while my dad figures out if the turkey is completely ruined or not. So Kyle Palmieri apparently has torn his ACL and is out 6 to 8 months. So there goes the Islanders' hopes and dreams. That's got to be not a good injury. Bad timing for the Islanders when they've been contending for a wild card spot. And I guess this has been news since yesterday, but the Habs signed Mike Matheson to a 5-year, $30 million contract extension. So, funnily enough, apparently he was acquired by Montreal along with a 4th-round pick in a trade that sent Jeff Petrie and Ryan Pulley to Pittsburgh. So the former Panther ended up in Montreal, and Jeff Petrie now, of course, plays with the Panthers. Ducks fans, are you concerned about Lucas Dostal being out for 2 to 3 weeks with an upper body injury? A Great White gave a number 20.
Hey, thank you, Great White. Thank you, buddy. All right, Kyle.
Is the turkey ruined?
No. I caught it right. I caught it just in time.
Okay.
Before it destroyed it. It cooked it really quick.
Yeah.
Did you tell them what happens?
No. No, I just been.
We
busy.
have the oven has a glitch, and it only happens maybe 3 or 4 times a year. This is the second time now it's happened on Thanksgiving, and the glitch is you're cooking something, and all of a sudden the temperature just goes wildly out of control, super high, and just burns whatever you're making and gives you an error message. But whenever the guy comes to fix it, he can't figure out what the problem is because it doesn't repeat. It only happens every 4 or 5 months, and maybe happens once. And of course, as soon as I'm sitting in here smelling it, because the kitchen is right next door, so I caught it. So the turkey's cooked. You probably won't be eating much of the skin, but the turkey is cooked. The stuffing is fine. Everything is fine. So at least I caught it.
So it's ready, or
if you want to go cut yourself some pieces of it, go. Yeah. It's covered. Just recover it in tin foil. Yeah. Don't eat all this stuff. There's stuffing in the pan. Leave that for Donna. There's stuffing in the bird too.
Okay.
Okay. It's 2 boxes of stuffing.
I actually have some leftover stuffing, so I can.
Okay. Yeah. If you guys want to have that for lunch and then the other stuff for dinner, that's fine.
All right.
Oh, my glasses. Shit. Hold on a second. I can't see anything you guys are saying. Oh, I probably dropped the glasses in the freaking oven, too. Hold on a second. My glasses. I got to find my glasses. I know, right? There they are. Okay, you're a good girl. All right. Holy hell in a handbasket. Good grief. Okay. Oh, boy. All right. Back to business as usual. Jesus. Okay, then. Let's go. Oh, yeah, I saw that, Tommy, about Palmieri. He's a good dude. He definitely didn't look good, that injury. That's for damn sure. So, hey, thank you again, Great White. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you, bud. Oi, oi, oi. Did the bird escape? The turkey is okay. The turkey is okay. I managed to, a couple of years ago, two years ago. Here's the interesting thing. The last Thanksgiving that Karen was here, the glitch went in the oven like within an hour. And we had to cut the turkey up and air fry it. So that was a project. Then last year was just Kyle and I cooked for 8 hours. I made the turkey. I made everything homemade. And then I didn't have one problem. So, I cooked all day long. I had no problems. I made biscuits. I made dessert. I did the whole thing, just him and I. All I did today was put in a freaking turkey breast. That's all it is. It's not even a whole turkey. It's just a stuffed turkey breast. What is it? 1? I think I put it in at like 10. And I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh, I know that smell. Damn it. I know exactly what it did. And sure enough, but I caught it early enough to where the skin is kind of ruined, but the bird is cooked. The dressing is good. The the stuffing is nice and crispy, so there's that. So at least I caught it. Unbelievable, man. Donna says the women are bad luck in your life. The one year I did it all by myself was yeah. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? So the kids will eat the bird. I'm just gonna. Do we have any? I'm just gonna eat drugs the rest of the day. That's all. I don't even care about the food at this point. We'll be okay. Great White says I have a glitch like that every day. Yeah, but the funny thing is it's a newer stove. It's a new stove. When I had appliances that were old when Karen moved in, she didn't like them, so she bought all new stuff. And the dishwasher broke, and the stove has a glitch. And then we were having problems at some point with the dryer, but that straightened out. So Miss Jaw says she's drinking all day. I only bought you 1 6-pack, Donna. Bucks, I have to probably buy a new stove at some point. Yeah, it just doesn't do it often enough to be a massive pain in the ass. But this is 2 out of 3 years on Thanksgiving, and I've run that stove way more often. It must be turkey. She guesses I'm going back. Jesus Christ. You will have to, just kidding. Okay, yeah, I got other things I can give you. I can see I'm going to have a long day here. Matthias is good. He's happy. He's having a good time. So that's what matters. That and the fact that what was Kyle looking at? I come back to the thing he's talking about. The Mike Matheson extension. So he gets a 5-year, $30 million deal. Nice. That's a pretty good deal for him. So what's that? That means Matheson makes more than Forsling? How did I know it was burning? Because on the other side of that wall is the kitchen, and that's where the stove is. And I have an incredibly sensitive nose. And so I could smell it right away. Of course, I know I'm smelling for it because I'm always concerned it's going to happen on Thanksgiving because it's happened on Thanksgiving now 2 out of 3 years. Tom, yeah, the Leafs lost 2. They're in a meltdown. And Donna's sitting over there with the door open. She doesn't even smell anything. Yeah, the Leafs are in worse shape than the Panthers. There's at least that. At least there's a couple teams keeping us out of the basement. We'd be in last place in the Metro. I mean, I'm looking at the standings. We'd be in last place. There's still just one team in the Atlantic with a positive goal differential, and that's Tampa. Tampa looks good right now, and Vasilevsky's been playing better, right? His numbers have got to be improved. How's Vasilevsky's numbers doing right now? 2.32 and a 9.17. Yeah, that's not good news. Now, of course, last year Vasilevsky was a 2.18 and a 9.21, and then come playoff time, he was a 3.27 and a 8.72. Yikes. And that's not even as bad as it was the year before. That was a little bit worse. Yeah, Miss Shaw is not really a big wine drinker. Yeah, not her thing. She'll drink some Pinot if I buy it for her. But no, she likes the Mike's Hard Lemonades and the stuff like that. She likes a little bit of alcohol with her sugar. That's basically what it is. She mixes the drinks with the Monster, so it's okay. What do we got? There's a lot of games today. there's a lot of games today here. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 games. That's not bad. Panthers don't play till Tuesday, so I'm sure I'm going to have something else content-wise out between then and now. I'll be live. I'll be doing some other things. I just don't think it's going to be today because Thias is here. The turkey is burnt, and I might need a day off. We might still do something tonight. Don and I might do something on the men's channel tonight. But these last few Panthers games, I need 5 minutes without hockey. Does Kyle like Long Island iced tea? Nah. He drinks wine. Kyle's a wine drinker for the most part. Yeah, we're streaming the Dolphins tomorrow. Yeah. Now, for those of you over on the football channel, those of you who have been hanging out and getting memberships when Patel's been giving out memberships, I'm starting to do 1 hour before the Dolphin kickoff. So it's a 1 o'clock game. So I'll start at noon tomorrow for the members. And then we'll cut out about 1:45 so I can get set up for the regular game stream and all that. But for the members, I'll be live on the football channel. For the football members, I'll be live on the football channel tomorrow at noon. And then it just depends on what Florida decides to do. It's hard because we get frustrated and aggravated and all of that. But when you watch Maurice, he just seems so sad. Like he seems like he doesn't really know what to do. And I don't mean that in a negative way, like not smarts, but like somebody mentioned up above, Maurice has already kind of said that he doesn't want to lean into the guys too hard because he kind of feels like with circumstances being what they are, they're kind of doing the best they can. And so it's kind of depressing when you watch Maurice. It's kind of really depressing, to be honest with you. Like I'm listening to Maurice, looking to hear some kind of hope, a glimmer of hope. And it ain't happening with Maurice. He's sad. He would not be a good doctor. His bedside manner would not be good because you'd walk into the room and just from the look on Maurice's face, you already know grandma's dying. Like you don't even have to hear what Maurice has to say. She's gone. She Great White, did I ever give Leia a little beer? No. My grandfather used to give his German Shepherd beer and bacon, and the German Shepherd to be 7. He lived to be 17 and a half. Sebastian says, question, is it me or does it look like Ekblad has no heart? Block shot versus the Flyers flow down, didn't get up and Flyers. Yeah, no. What I will say is you won't find anybody more critical of Ekblad than I am, but I would never question his effort and his heart, even one little bit. And I don't think you could find anybody that bitches about Ekblad more than me. But I would never complain about his effort and his desire. So that's my opinion anyway. Hey, can you smell what Jaws is cooking? Not anymore. It's out of the oven now. So Kyle is going to go devour that. That's for sure. It was supposed to be a free turkey, which I guess it's better now that it was just a turkey breast because they ran out of turkeys. But it's cooked. We cut it open. It's cooked. So that's all that matters at this point. The stuffing should be good because the stuffing is good and crispy. So what are you gonna do? Right? You just gotta roll. I think what I'm gonna do next year though is I have a brand new barbecue. I have a charcoal grill, not like a gas grill, but I do have a good size brand new charcoal grill that I never unboxed. And it's in my garage. I think at some point once it warms up, I'll open that sucker up and get to grilling, and then maybe next Thanksgiving, the holidays, whatever we're gonna have, maybe I'll grill a pork or something out there, because that's 2 out of 3 years the stinking oven did that, and I don't really want to buy a new oven because we hardly I don't have any problems with the rest of the things that we do. It's just holidays. It takes the holidays off. So next year we'll grill something. You know, is what it is. So what can you do? What is it? 2 days after Thanksgiving? I guess that's what I get for cooking 2 days after Thanksgiving. Can't really complain about it. So, all right, everybody, that's going to do it for me today. I'm going to go see the mess I have in the kitchen. Thank you all for hanging out. Much love, appreciation for all the super chats. The team is going to be okay. They're going to be okay. I'm going to bitch and complain, and we're going to be upset and disappointed and aggravated and frustrated and distressed and despondent and all of those things. But they're going to make the playoffs. They're going to be healthy. And as long as we have our full complement of players, I still feel like this team is the best team in the conference. Now, how much energy are they going to have? Depends. How what if Barkov comes back game 1, round 1, what's his percentage going to be out? Don't know. But I really don't feel like this team is going to miss the playoffs. I feel like right now they're struggling a little bit with, like what David was saying, willing themselves to play a certain way physically. But I kind of feel like if we can even be in the hunt and then we get that Olympic break, I know some of the guys are going, but a lot of the guys are not. That's a little bit of a break there that might be able to give at least some of our guys, right? We don't know if Kachuk is going to go. In terms of some of the other players that aren't going to go, we don't know for sure about Bennett, Reinhardt, I think. So it'd be nice if some of these guys didn't, but I just wonder if that little break just gives us just enough juice to do what we need to do at the end of the season. And remember, we already did this once with this team. They snuck in the year we lost to Vegas, and I know we lost, but I don't feel like this team's going to miss. Sometimes it feels that way, but in the end, I don't feel like they're going to miss. Have I ever had smoked fish? Great White, I used to get the smoked fish dip from Publix a long time ago. Talking 10, 15 years ago, closer to 15 actually now. Used to get the smoked fish dip when I would go to the pier as a kid in the summers, and I would catch bonita in the surf. I'd keep the bonita, and my dad would bring it to go get smoked, and that was pretty good. Every once in a while, if we caught a big kingfish, we would go get that smoked. So we've done it a few times. I liked it. All right, everybody. Appreciate all of the support. Go enjoy the rest of your day. And if Donna and I are going to go live on the men's channel, I'll make a community post to this one and let you guys know. Just depends on how the rest. We'll see. If I don't burn the house down, might have a better chance of being live tonight. All right, everybody. Appreciate all the support. And we'll see you later.